Shidoshi Miller here from Warrior Concepts here in Sunbury, Pennsylvania, and I'm here with a little lesson for some of my students who've been having some problems with opening the hips, opening the hip assembly to get into the lower postures and to just have generally more leg flexibility and leg strength. Okay, so I'm going to cover just a couple of stretches here that I personally use or have used over the years, and I'm also going to talk about a couple of improper ways, or just they're not damaging, but they're not as effective as they could be, that I'm sure a lot of people are using. Just looking around when I go to seminars or to see students in class and things like that, because of the discomfort level or the innate need to avoid too much pain or anything like that, people tend to cheat the stretches a little bit, or sometimes you just don't know how to do it correctly. So we're going to take a look at a couple of these things, okay? Getting back onto the subject of pain, what I want you to think about is that pain, while on one side is an indicator from the body that something's not right, okay? Pain is also kind of a signal that work is being done, okay? Some people say that pain is the sign that you're alive, okay? But there's actually about 5 different types of pain, okay? And the ones we want to avoid are stabbing, sharp, burning pains, okay? If it's a quick stab or a sharp stab kind of thing, or a burning pain, we want to stay away from that, all right? But there's a different type of burn that is associated with exercise, and once you do it, you'll get it. But if it's really like hot burning toward the whole sharp side, I want to stay away from that. But there's an aching pain, there's kind of a burning, stretching pain, and then there's also this dull, throbbing kind of thinking that can go on, right? And there are other signals that we get from our nerves that are associated with something being wrong, but it's not often felt as pain, right? There's numbness or tingling, or sometimes even a cool, pleasant feeling from it, but it's still an overstimulated nerve. But either way, let's stay on the side of pain here, right? If you're experiencing that slight burn from the stretch of that stretching pain kind of thing, or an aching pain or whatever, it's not going to kill you, all right? It's a part of the exercise process, a part of this Junan Taiso process, and it's a sign that things, yes, they are breaking down, they're opening up, they're changing from their normal state, they're being extended and worked, but that cues the body to adapt that area to make it stronger or more flexible or whatever than it was before, because the body's just wired to adapt itself to whatever you do on a regular basis. And again, there's another key. If you're not doing these things on a regular basis, if you just do them whenever, right, you're going to see very little to no progress whatsoever. This needs to be ongoing, regular, consistent training and practice. This is very, very important, okay? So if we're doing it consistently, the body areas that are responsible for these things are going to get the message, they're going to adapt the areas that you're working, and they're going to make them so that they can do the things that you want with speed, ease, and power, all right? And this is really, really important, okay? So let's talk about opening the hips today, all right? One of the things that we need to remember when we're working on any part of the body is that that part of the body is connected to the immediately adjacent parts primarily, but every other part of the body secondarily, okay? So it's very difficult to just open up one area and not do anything else, okay? So if we're going to be opening up the hips, specifically the hip sockets, the part where the top of the femur, the top of the thigh bone plugs into your hip or your pelvic assembly, okay? We have to understand that the muscles in the legs, include all the way down to the calves, okay, are tied into this, because if we just open this up and these things down here are tight, very, very shortly after the stretch is done, things are just going to go right back to their tight position, okay? So we're going to need to take care of the thighs a little bit, okay? And directly above the pelvic assembly we have the lumbar assembly, the lower back, okay? But then connected to that we have these lats or latissimus dorsi, the long muscles that run up along your spine in the back, and we're going to need to make sure that we take care of those as well. All right? So anyway, I'm just going to cover a couple of them here and make sure that we're really focusing on the whole idea.